myself situated. Sorry about that. So, as you know, this is your first time joining us. My name is George Harris. I am the host of the Pair Affair, and we used to do a podcast. We do a podcast, and now we have our live stream. We have our live stream, and usually we come on at 10, and um, 10 to about 12, but lately it's been almost 11. It's like 11:16, and we're still here. And it's a little later. Still learning some new things about some of the equipment that I have, but it's getting better. I went out and bought some more equipment, and then I realized I have everything I need right in front of me. I just had to hook it up a certain way. Um, so it's getting out there, and that's the main thing. So equipment's not the problem. It's just now producing. Going to do a little bit more, some more things to help us out, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Our little quote I put up there today. A little quote we put up there today. I wish life had a rewind button. That's what someone else quoted. I didn't quote that. This is something I thought about. This person said, "I wish life had a rewind button." And I was talking to someone today. I was talking to this lady today, and she was telling me about her story. She was telling me about her story, and how her husband is not being faithful and not doing this and not doing that, and she's trying to make a decision of what she should do. She's trying to make a decision of what she should do, and trying to figure out everything, and then what religious things are going on. She says she can't do that, can't do this. So she had a lot of things on her plate that she had to really, sit down. And I told her, relationships, whatever you're doing, is not easy. And she says, I said, "You're young." She says, "I'm 30 years old," and I said, "So I hate for you to hang on to this problem for another 20, 30 years, and then you had your opportunity to leave, but you didn't leave." So it's just one of those things in life. You're going to get a lot of opportunities to make yourself better, but you don't get a rewind. I hate to break this to you. You don't get a rewind. What you have is what you have to deal with, and you have to make the best of your situation. Last night, I finally got connected around 1 o'clock, and then it disconnected again, and I just gave up. I didn't give up. I said, "Well, tomorrow we'll try it again." So hopefully, not too disappointing, but we don't get a rewind button. I only get one chance to impress you, and hopefully we do that. And as we continue to grow and get better and better, that's what it's all about for the most part. It's just getting better and trying to understand what we're doing, how we're doing it, and getting better each day. So we have our wheel that we have is a very interesting wheel. It basically it drives our show. If you don't know, I didn't. It kind of drives our show. It kind of tells me what topics, because people, I guess, to be honest with you, I would come in every day and I would do the same things over and over again. But this lets me know that, okay, we can do some different things, and we'll try it from there. So let me get organized a little bit better. Just a little bit better organized. Okay. Sometimes I got to make sure the music is perfect. I listen to my rebroadcast. I like this song. We don't want it. We like the music, but we don't want it to be distracting. We like the music. We want it to be distracting too much. Let's see. I think we're good. Ready to go. Everything's hooked up. Ready to go. Hopefully you can hear our little wheel. way too loud. All right, Instagram. So we were on Instagram. They want us to check out Instagram. I was on Instagram today, and as I was on Instagram, I was just checking out some things, and I think we went to Instagram the other night, and it was interesting going to Instagram and just seeing some things that people are doing. I think it was Father's Day. We were on Instagram, but today we're going to Instagram, look at some things, see what's going on. Instagram. Instagram is one of the ways that we reach out to people. And let me cut over here. Instagram. So Instagram's always interesting. Like I said, we have 1,133 followers. We're following 4,772 people. Like I said, we follow a lot of people. Some people follow us back. Some people don't. I don't get offended. I don't throw a fit about it. It's just just part of the game. And um, it's one way that I like Instagram a lot. I like all the platforms I use. I really enjoy. Um, so it's kind of interesting to use these different platforms and try to incorporate all these different people, different questions. But I like to search down, and this person right here is working on his body. Um, yeah, got some music going on with that, but interesting. You got to. One thing I notice about in life and just this journey that we're taking, I noticed myself. We were doing this plank challenge, and I got to get it back in gear. Excuse me. I have to get it back in gear where I'm planking. I got to do the plank before I go to bed tonight, and make sure that everything's fine. So you got to take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, and you should be fine. But if you're not doing that, it's going to be very difficult for you to keep that journey and keep a positive attitude about things. So, all right. So this guy, like I said, he's he's working it. Make sure. Um, this is the thing about some people don't have gyms, and I know the gym that they reopened the gyms in our area. They reopened the gyms, and then the gym that's by our house, they closed it. It was they closed it. They shut down so many of them, and it was one of the ones they shut down. I think the gym hadn't been maybe a year, 2 years old, and they built it and had it was nice. I could go there and go on a treadmill, work out, watch the Clipper games, Laker games, watch and just work out at the same time. Nice basketball. Um, you could do a lot of stuff there, but obviously it wasn't making enough money, and it cost a little bit more than a regular one too. So I had a pool, but I guess we didn't utilize it enough. So all right. So then we have this podcast, and as we go, I was with my son the other day, and we were just going through on our TV. He has this Roku. Um, you hear that ticking? That's my dog. He's at nighttime. He likes to walk around all night for some reason. I don't know why, but he sleeps all day. Then we walk him, and he still does all that. But we were going through the Roku TV, and then we were on Spotify. One of the podcasts is on Spotify. And so my son, Dad, you think you're on there? And I said, yeah, I'm on there. But I never went through the TV to the podcast. And so I went through there, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how I sound on TV. Because you can stream it right through your phone, and it goes right on your TV. It's pretty neat. So we have a lot of different podcasts that we support, a lot of people that we sit back and, like you say, you can watch them on TV, podcast now, and listen to them, and you get a lot from them. Some of them, to be honest with you, are very entertaining, and some of these people are, I remember listening to some of them and when we first started this, and they've come a long way, and that's what you want in a program, is to come a long way and just continue getting better and better and better, and that's what we that's what we tend to do is get better and better and better, and that's all we can do is get better and better as we continue to keep growing and growing and growing. The key is to keep growing and getting better and better and better. So let me see if that sounds up because I'm leaning back a little bit more than usual. This mic situation is turning out really great. So that's always good to have good equipment. So when you're producing stuff, you don't have any excuses whatsoever coming through. So let me. I always like to check because sometimes on a live stream it's just it's kind of iffy sometimes. So just checking things and yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay, I like what I hear. So it's kind of my going on. Facebook's not. Yesterday, Facebook was connecting, not connecting, back and forth. But we're not going to worry about that. As you can see right here, these are all the different ones I am connected to. So we're all connected to Twitch, Periscope, Facebook Live, Instagram, YouTube. So we're all over the place. So just kind of let you know where we are, and hopefully didn't give out too much information there. Just didn't always. Um, yeah, yeah. This thing was very. When I first got this caster, got this software. It's very intimidating, but stuck with it. It's a really does a really good job of putting out the programs, and I just forget about it. Be honest with you, I just produce them, put them out there, and that's it. I just keep it real simple and real easy. My family has so much stuff. Just this camera. So, all right. Let's continue scrolling down our Instagram. Man, this guy was quite active today on the gram. It looks like I said, we have a new episode right out here. The new episode of the Talk, Purpose, and Truth. Um, it's out now, and so it's just interesting to see or hear. Um, Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see. I think I can pull it up. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't see it pulling up, but okay. All right. This camera three. Okay. All right. So this is the podcast. Like they're doing some Zoom stuff here. So that's cool. I like how um, I like how people are using the technology and pushing it a lot more, um, pushing a lot more to use Zoom virtual podcasts, and so we plan to do something like this in the future. Interesting. When I see stuff like this on Instagram, I see stuff. It inspires me to like, hey, let's do some more stuff. I know I'm doing a fantasy football show. We'll have people on like this, and we'll bring on Zoom and talk and stuff and do things like this. But it's interesting how they cut it up, and it tells me if they can do it, I can do it too. So um, that's always interesting. Okay. The appreciation for cultural diversity is essential for a company to grow during these difficult times. Dr. Curtis C. Cochran. Um, and that's what I like that the word diversity, diversity. And um, if you really, I'm looking at certain situations in the world, and I'm looking at certain things, and there's some people who really don't want us to be really that diverse. Like I said, this goes all over the world, but I know here in the United States, there's some people who really don't want us to be that diverse. They really don't want us to be really diverse at all. They want us to just stay where we are, stay in your lane, and wherever But America is so great, and it's so hard to keep people down. So this is something that You can learn from a lot of different people. I know today I spent a lot of time on TikTok. I spent way too much time on TikTok. Um, just just laughing and looking at all the different people who are contributing to TikTok and doing certain things and there's this one little video I keep watching and it's this girl and not a girl, it's this lady and this man and they have these loops, they have these audio loops and people mouth the words and so one of the lady asked this girl and this man, where are you from? And she says, we're from Maryland. She goes, no, where are you really from? And she goes, oh, you want the real answer. And then she goes, oh, we're from Cambodia. She breaks out her Cambodian accent. Is that what you really want me to say? But I was born here in Maryland. So it's just funny how people who aren't that diverse, when people ask you, where are you from? And you say, I'm from the United States. They're like, well, where are you really from? Doesn't make, they don't understand that America is very diverse and there's a lot of different wonderful cultures that we have here, but we don't want to seem to grasp toward them. I know myself, I'm trying to expose my son, try to expose myself and my wife and my family to different things in the world. I don't want them to think that my culture, that's all we need to know. I want them to know about a lot of different cultures so they can take, okay, I like that from that culture, I like that from that culture, I like that. And so they can always grow. They can always grow because you can't grow listening to the same song and dance day after day. You got to really listen to different types of things, and some people have a hard time doing that. So, all right, all right. So this is another little show that we have, and interesting how people are putting these shows together. And I can imagine um, I don't really have to plan with someone when I do the podcast or the live stream. I usually just hit start and it goes. Like I know tomorrow when I record the podcast, I have to I write down my notes. Write down my notes, what I'm going to say, my little topics and everything. I write it down. I have to be really ready to get going. Um, but imagine if I had a partner, I had to sit and say, okay, what do you want to talk about today? And I had someone who can really think fast off their feet because during this live stream, it's I don't know what's going to come up. So I could imagine these guys working, sitting here, trying to figure out what's next and what are they going to do and all this other stuff. One person may want to talk about this, and one person may not want to talk about it. I was going to bring my sister-in-law onto the live stream, but she got shy. So, but we're gonna have we're gonna try something. We're gonna have a live stream with them on one day when they get on. They have a lot of opinion. They have a lot of opinion when the camera's not on. When the camera's on, they get very quiet for some reason. I don't understand that, but I don't know. Here's our LeBrons. Um, these are some nice looking shoes here. Very nice looking shoes. Coming soon. Yeah, these are very nice looking shoes. Oops. Tops. I see the design. They kind of mimic the Air Jordans. Um, I see where they're going. I'm not that design on the bottom. I don't know. It probably has some meaning behind it, some kind of story behind it. I'm not sure what it probably has a LeBron story behind it. Something's behind that design there. So all those symbols mean something. They don't just put those on there. Those symbols had to mean something. So I don't know what it is, but it meant something at one time to him because he doesn't just put stuff up there. He's putting stuff up there. So interesting shoe. Probably $180 probably. 170, 180. I'm not sure. I know the little shoes I have. They're I call them my work shoes. They're not they're not cheap. I think I wear to be honest with you, I wear a lot. I wear my shoes a lot. I wear them. I have a rotation. I wear them every other day, and so they're very comfortable. And so I don't mind. I pay for comfort. I wear my shoes all day from 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, and that so I have to have comfortable shoes for me. I don't need stylish shoes. It's nice to have stylish shoes, but if they're not comfortable and I can't wear them all day, not for me. So my man's still working out. Let's see what else we got here on the gram today. Um, I like this quote. Man, everyone's deep today. There's a time for clarity and calm. We could just sit on that. We could sit on that quote all day right there. There's time for clarity and calm. Wow, there's a time for confusion and discomfort. We are in the latter time. The sooner we accept that, the sooner we can create the world we all say we want. Mm, mm, mm. Our hearts are more durable than we give ourselves credit for. Wow. She said we're in confused and discomfort. And I think I was talking to now I go back to the story. I was talking to this lady today about her marital situation, and that's where she is right now. She has a lot of discomfort. She's confused about a lot of things, and until she figures out some things that are going on with her about being confused and having discomfort, she's never going to get clarity and calm. As I bring this back, if you're confused and you have discomfort, um, it's not going to happen for you. It's really not going to happen for you. Um, I know a lot of times when I get a project or I start something new as I'm working on my equipment for my live stream. I think I kind of every time I think I have something figured out about getting the stream out there and getting it going, I kind of go backwards a little bit. But lately, I've been working with this and trying to understand um, where I want to go with this. And I'm still confused. I still have a little discomfort. I have a lot of discomfort, in front of the camera, talking to the camera. Um, I see other people out there. They have their chat windows up. They're chatting to the people. I had a friend I went to high school. He was DJing Friday, and I was working, so it was kind of nice to have some music in the background. And he had his chat up. He was talking. He was doing his thing. He was just DJing, and I'm not. I'm still confused about the best way to do that for me. And I thought I would have it figured out by now. I know they have something there, but it's not what I want. It's not what I want at this time. So I'm gonna try something a little bit different. And I know there's people chatting and talking. That's fine. But I kind of it's kind of for me. It's nice, but we're not there yet. So I'm a little confused about and not comfortable with just chatting. And I kind of wanted the show to run itself, and so be it. I don't want them to think that they can just chat and I could have to answer them at all times. But that's just what we're dealing with. So I'm a little confused. But we're gonna get some clarity and we'll find a program or something to figure that out. But if whatever you are doing, and I like this quote a lot. Um, I saw a lot of people like I saw today. I saw a lot of people who were just confused. This one person, they're going through a lot right now. I guess um, they're going through a lot. And let me give you a little side story. So um, one guy, these two guys, they're they're partners. They're partners, and one did a crime, and so they put him in jail. And the other one, what happened was he was living in the house, but once the one guy who got the crime, um, they kicked the other guy out the house. They kicked him out the house, and so now he's walking the streets. And so I was just talking to him about, what's his next steps, and he's a little confused about some things. He doesn't know what he wants to do, and he doesn't know who to trust. He doesn't know what person is going to be on his side, what person. So he has a little discomfort. He's wearing the same clothes. He can't go back in his house and put on some new clothes because they've locked everything or threw his stuff away because the other person was, his bridge inside that house. So um, I see where he's going. He's confused. He's discomfort. And he told me something very interesting. I said, you just walk in the streets? He said, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. He says, um, every city that I go to or whatever, between this hour and that hour, there's no one ever out. There's no one ever out. There's just calm. And I like that. I like just walking around. I could walk around all day. I said, well, you be careful as you go out there. And he's just, maybe that walking around and he's not a big guy, but he's very slender, and all that walking is maybe getting some clarity and calming his brain down. You know, because he, like he told me, he doesn't know where his partner is. He doesn't. He can't locate him. No one will tell him anything. So he's got a lot of confusion at this time, and so um, the sooner we accept that, the sooner we can create the world that we want. That's the thing about confusion and discomfort. I have some things that I'm confused about, but I'm formulating a plan. I am formulating a plan to make it better. I am formulating a plan so that I can go to the next level. I looked at my situation today and I said, okay, this is what I need to do. This is where we need to go. And so um, it may not be the popular plan, but that's what we're going to do and that's what we're going to go with. So um, interesting. I like that a lot. Let me give that a little like there. I like that a lot. Are you ready to stay uncomfortable? Okay. And what I like about me, watch this. I can go to this hashtag right here, and I can see if any more stuff's up there. Stay uncomfortable, and let's look at some pictures here. Um, I'm just looking for quotes. I didn't want that. This computer. This computer's a beast. Um, this computer is just so fast that sometimes you just touch the little thing. Doing things outside your comfort zone is imperative to grow. Eventually, you become comfortable with being uncomfortable, and life is yours. Yeah, and that's what I heard. I think LeBron James said we have to get out of that. We have to get in our comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, accountability feels like an attack when you're not ready to acknowledge how your behavior harms others. So there's a lot to go on here. See right here. Let me see what this one is. These are different people. 5 steps to make a big change. Step 1, have vision of what you want to do. Yeah, you got to have vision. You got to have your vision of what you want to do. Number 2, give yourself permission to be different from how you've been in the past. I like that one. Give yourself permission to be different from how you've been in the past. So you really got to do some soul searching there and look back at how you were in the past and how you're going to change yourself. Have a vision of what you want to do, and we talked about that earlier. How there's some things I want to do with the chat and for the the live stream. Give yourself permission to be different from how you've been in the past. That means you're willing to change. And I had that conversation with someone today. They have to be willing to change. Number 3, begin where you are with what you have. And that's what I've been struggling with this last couple of weeks. I ordered this Yamaha mixer for the live stream because I wasn't too happy with the sound. Wasn't really happy with the sound, so I was going to put the sound through there. But I have my little voice recorder, my Zoom H6, which is a really good product to use, but it was not set up right. So I reset it, set it up right, and it sounds, for the most part, I listened to it today, sounds amazing. So I'm going ahead and cancel that order and put that money somewhere else. So, and that's the thing. A lot of things I have around me, I have so many little things around me that I have to use, and so that's where I am right now. Number 4, push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Coming in front of this camera every night, or come in front of the camera, talking about topics that I know a lot about. Some of them I don't know that much about, but that's out of my comfort zone. I'm seeing people saying this and this about me, and I'm not really a show off and likes being in front of the camera, but I'm getting used to it. I get encouraged every day that I see people subscribe to the platform that they're listening to the program on. So that's pushing me out of my comfort zone because I could easily just stand in the background and just hang out, and whatever. And number 5, laugh. Looking about some things I have to get done. And I was laughing at the TikToks and all this other silly stuff I was looking at today. But sometimes you have to laugh at your mistakes. I know some of the mistakes I made. I have this machine, and the machine is awesome when it's working. And knock on wood, because it could collapse tomorrow. And it just dispenses certain items out the machine. It's just a vending machine that we have, and it dispenses certain items out of it. And I get a lot of support. At first, I didn't get a lot of support with this machine, but I had to find their support. And I look back at some of the things I did, and I was laughing at some of the things that I was trying to do. I would take the machine apart. I'll take this little part. I've gotten to the point now I can take this machine apart, put it back together. And if I remember when I first did it, my wife and I would sit down, and she's like, my wife's a big instruction person. Where are the instructions? I said, there aren't any instructions. Well, how are you going to put it back together? I said, I'll figure it out. And then, I would figure it out somehow. And then she'll come back and say, well, how'd you do it? I said, I don't know. She goes, you should write it down and explain it to people. I said, well, I just did it. And she goes, no. So I laugh at some of the mistakes I made, because I did make some mistakes. But then I learned from them, and I moved on. And that's the thing about it. A lot of times, we don't want to move on. We want to just sit there and feel bad for ourselves. So I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I really do. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Let me see if I can share this. Hey, I can share it to Twitter. I can share it direct. Let's share it. Let's share it to old Facebooky. All right, let's share it to Facebook. Let's put it on our page here. All right. Page I manage. The Parafair. Let's put it there. I'm learning so much more about this process. And so it's getting better. Post as, so you post it, put it on our Facebook. We'll go in a few minutes. We'll look over there. Okay. All right. Let's get back to our lovely little wheel here. We have, and then, the thing is, I'm going to add some more things to our wheel, take out some things, add some more things. It's always interesting to involve. So add that to our Facebook. So be it. All right. What do we got here? What do we have here? Oh, Billboard charts. For some reason, this one likes Billboard charts. We did Billboard charts last night, and we'll do it again. I just sorry. Let me go here. So let's go to Billboard. Oops. And I want to look at a different Billboard today. And I want to look at something different. Last night we did the top 100 adult contemporary. Let's see what that's about. Let's go to all charts. Let's stop playing around here. I want to look at all right. Let's look at all weekly charts. I gotta turn this sound down because it's confusing. All right, I want to look at at, let me see. Looked at top 100. Um, look at artists. Top 100 artists. This is always interesting to me. The top 100 artists the week of. And I'm trying to figure out how do they do that? How do they select who is the top artist? Um, 161 weeks on the chart. Lady Gaga. I guess they do it by who can stand the longest. And we had the weekend here. Last week he was number three. 2 weeks ago, number three. Peaked at number one. Um, we got Luke Combs. This is kind of cool because this is a country artist. I remember Luke Combs came out, Hit You Like a Hurricane, and I was listening to that song and it was just like making me laugh. And um, he has some pretty good songs. Just interesting little songs about life, and just makes me crack up. So we got Post Malone, Little Baby, a lot of little babies. The Baby, yeah, Little Baby, The Baby. Then we have Drake. Drake went down. I finally heard this Roddy Ricch songs. I finally heard this one today. I listen to a lot of music. I finally heard it, so it's interesting. Harry Styles, Billie Eilish. Um, Lady Gaga is the. Let me expand it. See if it. Yeah, let's do it this way. It's fine. We can see it that way. Um, Harry Styles last week 11. He went up 2 weeks ago. He's at number 16. He's 50 weeks on the chart. Look at Drake, 311 weeks on the chart. Wow, that's impressive. Staying power, 109 for Little Baby, 207 for Post Malone. Gaga's 161. There's only 52 weeks in a year. Only 52 weeks in a year. So the weekend's basically been there for 5 years. Um, Drake, 311. That's almost 6 years. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's almost 6 years. Let me pull out this handy dandy calculator here. Yeah, I think. Oops. Yeah. It's almost 6 years. 5.9. Yeah. 5.9. That's 6 years going strong there. That's impressive. And so as I look right here, Billie Eilish 94. That's almost 2 years. BTS 192. That's almost 3 or 4 years right there. BTS. It's a Korean band. Number 11. Justin Bieber 277. Dua Lipa 110. I like her. Bieber. I never heard of this guy Morgan Wallen. Never heard of him. Not to be disrespectful or anything like that. Um, Never heard of him. So we're gonna do some research on Morgan Wallen in a few minutes. He's obviously doing something right. He's number 15 on. He's been on the charts for 66 weeks, so he must have something right. Juice World. Louis 56. Travis Scott, I've heard of him. Kane Brown, he's a country artist. 156 weeks. 214 weeks, Travis Scott. That's impressive. I've never heard of this lady either. Megan Thee Stallion. Never heard of that one. She's been there almost a year and I haven't heard anything. So finally starting to hear this Bad Bunny guy a lot. 117 weeks on the charts. Khalid 171. Polo G 22. You have Grande 279. That's still cool. Sam Hunt 238. Dojo Cat. She's new. She's new. Queen 111 weeks on the 111 weeks on the chart. I was flying across country and on a red eye, and they had this movie on. they had the Queen movie on, and I heard people talk about the movie, but then I started clicking, and then the guy and the girl, they were over there, and then we all started watch. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We all started had like a watch party. We were all watching the movie together, and we just started talking about it, and just interesting. Some of the paths they took to get there, and that's what the paraphrase is about: is taking good paths of getting somewhere and not giving up on your dreams. The Beatles, 134. Interesting. Ed Sherrington, 305. That's about 5, 6 years. The Future, Haley Housley or something like that. I think is her name. The Jonas Brothers, 67 weeks. Some of these I've with Marion Morris. He has that song out. Maroon 5, 311. Thomas Rhett, 279. Kenny Chesney. Love Kenny Chesney. One of my some of the CDs I could just. He has one CD. I think it's his first or second one he brought out, but sit there and listen to him. Blake Shelton. Fleetwood Mac. I haven't listened to Fleetwood Mac in years. Florida Georgia Line. Imagine Dragons. Young Thug. Bruno Mars. I was listening to him. He's still there. He's still almost top 50. And it's just Metallica. Wow. 21 Pilots. Camilo Cabello. All right. So there's a lot, The thing is, when you're an artist and you're producing all this stuff, and this is number 15, Mark Wallen. Let's see who this guy is talking about. Well, let me click on him. Morgan Wallen. Sorry, George. Don't discredit the man. And so I guess he has a video out. Heartless, huh? Chasing You. Okay. Chasing You. That seemed like his number one, his biggest one. All right, let me pull that up and listen to it real quick. Let me pull that over there. Let me see. I don't want any copyright stuff from YouTube coming over here to my you're listening to this. I don't want to hear it. So let me see. I just want to hear the music. I don't, hear the story a little bit. I have it on my other one. I can't play it for you because people get all upset. What's going on? So listen to it, see what this is all about. It's always interesting. See what kind of artist he is. 15 weeks, he's doing something. Number 15, over so many artists. So, looking at the video right now, it's called Chasing You. It's a country song. Talking about memories that he went down. Not in the drop top. Chasing You. Well, memories of an old girlfriend. Old car. The YouTube video has 32 million views. It's a good song. It's a good song. Really good song. Old. January 3rd, 2019. Guitar Town. It's Interesting song. Chasing you like he says. He says he's chasing her like a shot of whiskey. I just listen to some country music songs and listen to some of their little nuances. They say some of their sayings. I know I was talking to someone a couple of years ago or 1 year. I don't know. They asked me how I was doing. I said I'm doing fine. I just say a little. I think 1 year. It was a 1 year or was it 1 week? I don't know. 1 week. I answered all my people. I would answer them all in country um, lyric songs. Like how are you doing today? Yeah, so pedal the metal on the downhill sled. Pedal the metal on the downhill slide. I would just listen to a lot of songs and just entertaining myself. And you gotta do that. You gotta entertain yourself. You gotta have fun. When it's appropriate. I'm not saying to be a clown all the time, but you gotta have fun with what you're doing and whatnot. All right. So we have our wheel, and the wheel we did our billboards, and this wheel likes the billboards, and we discovered someone new. That's what I like about this wheel is this, it really it helps me um, discover new things, and that's kind of cool. That's we always want to grow and discover new things and figure out new things, and so be it. Facebook Live. All right. So let's see what's going on at Facebook Live over here. Um, we posted something earlier to Facebook Live, but let's get into our Facebook. Let's get into our Facebook. Very interesting as we get into Facebook, and I was playing around with it today, our Facebook, and just a lot going on there, and just like you said, we are on Facebook. We are doing things on Facebook, and we are looking at some things. And like right now, we are live on Facebook, and so that it is going. And you can always join. Like people who have joined us on Facebook, we're really growing a lot. Um, so the thing about Facebook, it's weird. Not weird, but it if my stream is not consistent, it just chops it up. It chops it up and chops it up and chops it up. And so sometimes you'll go to the Facebook Live page and you'll see 5 minutes here, 16 minutes there. And so I look at my switcher that I'm using, um, and then like I hear it says 1 hour, 1 hour. So whatever, if the stream gets cut, it cuts it. So sometimes if you go to our Facebook Live show, it gets cut up a little bit. So just kind of let you know what happens. Um, Interesting how it happens, but that's just how it is. So let's go to Facebook Live and see what's going on out there. Um, Let me see here. This is getting sidetracked here real quick. Let me click over here to these people. This is I mean, this is this group, New Hope, Oahu Music kicked off summer right with great cover. They are based in Hawaii, Oahu, and so during the pandemic, I got a chance to look at various churches online and look at certain things. And the church I have is it's fine. It's fine. Let me make it a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's fine and everything, but um, there's always someone else doing a little bit more, and they're doing great. And I showed this to my wife. She's like, "Wow." So when we go to Hawaii again, we're gonna try to make sure that we attend the service. And she always, this guy who's playing this bass right here at our church, there's another guy who looks just like him, and they play the same way. They play the bass the same way, and they just how they, are playing the bass. It just cracks us up. How they look like they're brothers or something, and it wouldn't be surprise me if they were brothers, you know. But um, like sometimes they had like the same outfits on and same little hats and stuff. So, um, but that's what great thing about this live streaming, and if you're not happy what you're seeing at your church or whatever you're doing, you can always go across the world. And a lot of people have been exposed about this live stream, and just have really enhanced their followings. And I would have never discovered these people if we didn't have the pandemic. So it's kind of neat to look and really see people out there being creative, and took advantage of the situation. And that's what you have to do in any situation is you take advantage of the situation. You take advantage of you know an opportunity, a negative. You turn that negative into a positive. And just by listening to their services on every Sunday, I realized that wow, there's some people out there doing some really major things out there that inspires me to do a lot more. What I'm doing with my stream inspires me to do a lot more with what I'm doing, and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And that's what I have to do, and you have to do, is just keep pushing yourself to greatness, and you'll get there. So always interesting to see that. And they come on um, Sunday mornings, and they do a really good job. So all right, so but we came over to Facebook Live. So let's cut over here. It's always interesting to see what people are doing on Facebook Live. Um, I never knew people. Um, I never knew people would like. We're just cruising through here. I never knew people would like to watch people play basketball on, like, so we were sitting here, like with Twitch, and I thought it was more less Twitch, but Facebook, they have people playing, you know, playing video games, and um, just, there's a couple people that I watch, and I'm just amazed at some of the things that they put together, and just interesting. My son's asking me about an Xbox that we have, and he wants to get one, and he wants to be a gamer. He wants to be on. He sees me doing this stuff, and he wants to game, and he wants to do certain things. And but I told him, I want him to be, to produce things. I don't want him to just sit there in front of an Xbox all day. And what these people are doing is they have a personality, plus they're gaming too. So that's always interesting. So let's see what else people are doing, because video games are video games. So I think the other day they had like the same stuff on. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see what these guys have. Some people they really have some really good shows. This is a Motivation Monday mixer. They're playing video games too. Um, like I said, I thought Twitch was the leader in today's Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. I thought Twitch was the leader in video games, but Facebook is trying to do a little bit more with them. And as I look at how he has this little setup there with his little overlay and everything, so that's kind of cool. Um, I have no idea what game he's playing here. I get dizzy playing these kind of games and walking around. And I was watching my son today, and I said, "How do you know what's going on and know where you are?" He said, "You just know, Dad. You just know." But you got to watch the map, I imagine, and watch some things and pull up certain guns, and um, walk around and snipe on people. And um, it's just interesting how computers and computer games are really advanced. Um, so it's just interesting to see Facebook has all these people. And this person right here, best action movies of all time. You got, it looks like people are watching. Let's look at Um, looking at ones that have a lot of views, people watching. I'm just interested. Ooh, whoa, 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 Bubba. Man, look at that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's a big snake there. Whoa, 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 cameraman. Back it up, cameraman. Mm. Wow. See, people be playing with these snakes like they trash or something, you know. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, be giving him space. He's trying to get you, Bubba. Yeah, he turned around. Yeah, you better let him go. Mm. He gonna tear him up. He's gonna tear him up. He's gonna strike him in any second now. Just, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish, but I have no idea what he's trying to accomplish with this. But yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, jeez, man. You keep playing with him. Keep playing with him, man. Mm. He gonna pull the other snake out of this one. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy. You think people, would learn just leave things alone, but um, jeez, there's two cobras. They're looking at each other now. They'll probably attack each other. Jeez, Louise. Yeah, he raised up too. Yep. Look at oh, back it up, cameraman. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. So this is cool about we one day we're gonna maybe hook things up and have a little watch party or something like that. Something that you're interested in. We get people to watch and um, so that's always interesting. Let me share this. I like to share stuff sometimes just to trip people out. Like, what is he doing? Why are you watching that, man? Let me share it to our group. Share it to a page. All right, let's put it on the Parafair. Yeah, so we're posting that. Created that post. So that's interesting. Um, wow, Animal Survival is live now, playing Cuphead at Georgia. Ooh wee! Man just walked over there with little flip flops and grabbed the snake's head. Mm, 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 mm. Lord have mercy. These guys kind of know what they're doing. They put that stick on him and popped his head down. It's a lot of trust that guy has. Um, snakes are strong too, so he's got to be very have a good grip of him. Um, has to have a really good grip of him. So, ugh, you got both snakes now. Wow. We gonna play jump rope with him or something? What are they gonna do? Put him back in the tubes? They hopefully you have a plan. Oh man, we didn't get to see what they did to him. Oh, they got a snake there. Okay. All right. Let me see all that. All right, so that's what's going on Facebook Live. We don't look at someone want to see someone fondling someone. That's little kid stuff. So we have um, people who just shop, people who just shop on Facebook Live, and um, interesting. Hey, yeah, you're on, so why, don't judge anyone else. So don't judge anyone else. Who's judging you? So interesting. As we get back to our lovely little wheel here, so we have that out the way. Facebook Live, we have Instagram. What else one we did? We did another one, did we? I don't remember. Like I said, just interesting. Random news. Okay. What I mean by random, just like little stories that don't make the front page and just stick out there, and it is, just little random stuff that um, just really just don't make the headlines, but they're there. And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do my random news. I think who does a really good job with that is well, let's not do random. What we'll do is just keep it simple and just um, look at the world news. Look at U.S. news. It's kind of sad looking at that stuff all the time. And we're just gonna buzz through it real quick, and we're not gonna really dive into it. Let's look at random. These are not really random, but these are stuff that's going on. And we'll just go over them. And I don't know how they get the first one. Democrats face tough questions with Bolton. Bolton say impeachment failed because Dems played into Trump's hands. New Stonehenge discovery. Giant circle of pits found new Stonehenge. Trump clarifies meeting with Venezuela's would be to make him step down. Mixed signals. Saudi Arabia announces. Okay. Corona cases soar in big countries, especially Brazil. I think Brazil's number 2. United States is number 1. Moscow sees no threat from China. Russian deputy foreign minister. Corona cases surging in Florida and Texas as states barrel ahead with reopening plans. American national died in UK terrorist stabbing. Ambassador confirms. U.S. is restricted. Chinese media outlets deem propaganda. Trump says China deal enact after Royals market. South Korea battles second wave of coronavirus. Health officials. John Bolton warns against a second term for Trump. Pompeo blasts Bolton over sad, dangerous book, says ex-advisor not to dissimilar to snowing. India-China clash would end up hurting trades and ties. Solar eclipse breaking through photos that will not melt your retinas. China launches its final satellite to complete the rival to its U.S.-owned GPS system. Pompeo urges Chinese to release 2 detained Canadians after groundless charges. Kellyanne Conway condemns racist term Kung Flu 3 months before Trump said it at the rally. That's not necessary. Serbian strongman wins big in election boycott by opposition. Trump says he has done too good of a job at corona testing as Democrats allege billions unspent testing funds. Yeah. Russian reopens ahead of day of victory. Putin reaffirmed the coronavirus threatens remains. And what I like about this random news is you can see that the same people keep popping up over and over again. Bolton and Trump and China and Russia. Yeah, it's the same people popping up over and over. Police call Stuttgart riots unbelievable concern. Wow. Stuttgart, Oakland reports highest ever daily COVID-19 cases. Wow. Brazil coronavirus death tolls nearly 50,000. Hmm. Wow. So as you look right here, just trying to get a gist of what everyone's talking about, what's going on in your news, and just random stuff, and all just political stuff, and it's like China, coronavirus, Donald Trump, um, and um, the racism stuff, so just stuff that's going on, and just sometimes this is, just I just, mm, yeah, just, mm, mm, mm. So, um, let's go over to this one, NPR, and see they call it strange news. They don't call it random. Um, I like them a lot. Um, I like them a lot. What I mean by that is I really like some of the things that they're doing. Um, and I like sometimes like if you ever go to NPR, they're really big on audio, and so you can learn plant money. And you see right here the mask mover, and it's the states are scrambling to find ways to get more masks, gloves, anything, including masks, emailing people who have nothing to do with it. Enter a man with a van. So just unicorn riding scooter in a fatal crash. Um, Tractor Day offers a slow dose of freedom every teenager longs for. Oregon police remind residents don't call 911 if you run out of toilet paper. Missouri sues televangelist Jim Baker for selling fake coronavirus cure. Can't do that. Terms of service. Long forgotten secret passway discovered at wall at UK Parliament. I think I went over that one. That was kind of interesting. Why America is losing the toilet race. Why America is losing the toilet race. The most dangerous economists. Central laws cursing in public repealed by Virginia legislator. Ontario's new license plates have a problem. You can't read them. Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah. The crypto queen. Um, Rare weed sea dragons hatch at California aquarium. That's cool. Raw milk deal. I remember. What's cool about this? See if I can find my cable here. What's cool about this is the NPR. It's a lot of audio. And let me see if I can let you listen to one of the articles. Just something to, if you're ever on here, they just do a really good job with their production of their audio, and just you learn so much more. Some of them are long, and some of them, are really long, and some of them, sorry for scrolling so fast. Let's look at this. No. Look at this one right here. Oregon police remind residents don't call 911 if you run out of toilet paper. And sometimes they have a little thing you can listen to. That's what these are for. So I want something a little bit shorter. Okay, no, I don't want that one. So we'll listen to it. No, not 19 minutes. We don't want that. Right here, the singing snowplow driver in Montana. Let's take a listen.
For people who operate snowplows. Driving a snowplow in Montana has given Justin Horak lots to sing about. Yellowstone Public Radio's Rachel Kramer introduces us.
I am a plow guy for the county, and I drive the paved roads, searching through the cars for another road with snow.
Horak's YouTube video, County Plow Guy, racked up more than 9,000 views in just a couple of weeks. And now local radio stations are airing it. One of them even wants him to re-record it in a studio and add some instrumentals.
I just have been so amazed with the response. You know, I made it as a joke just for myself and maybe a few of my coworkers, and it's just exploded. I think people like to just see a normal guy go out there and do something different.
Horak plows roads for Gallatin County. His lyrics to County Plow Guy, which are set to the tune of Glenn Campbell's Wichita Lineman, are a friendly reminder to drivers to be courteous and slow down.
I see you giving me the finger. I see you texting and driving, and when they slide off the corners, they break all the signs.
The song also includes warnings about tailgating and trying to pass snowplows. It's a lighthearted plea, but Horak takes music seriously. He focused on vocals in college and wrote the piano music for his own wedding. Right now, he sings in Bozeman symphonic and chamber choirs and has had several parts in the Intermountain Opera, which he says he spends about 6 months preparing for.
Music has always been a huge, huge part of my life. People have different ways that they use it, but everybody uses it in some sort of personal way to them. Everybody has like a favorite song that means a lot to them, that'll brighten their day.
Horak says he probably won't release another song for a while. Right now, he's busy preparing to audition for another opera, The Marriage of Figaro. For NPR News, I'm Rachel Kramer in Bozeman, Montana.
I am a plow guy for the county, and I drive the paved roads, searching through the cars for another road with snow. I see you giving me the finger.
And now, more from NPR.
Interesting.
Live.
Hopefully we got a chance to listen to that. I was flicking through that. Interesting as you have so many resources to listen to and to understand some things that are going on. It's odd news that they have there, strange news, and just this guy singing, and he didn't realize. That's the great thing about anything is, you never know when it's going to be your time. You just never know. Southern Europe could lose $22 billion fighting deadly olive tree disease. It's a lot of money for trees, but they have to have them. As I look myself, sometimes I get sidetracked when I look at stuff like this. It's just because so many odd little stories that could come out. So many, just like this. Watch Carnival cruises collide and attempt to dock off Mexico. So I guess there's that's a lot of money to be messing up right there. So let's see. to Twitter and lets us do anything. Yep, they won't let us play it. Okay. All right. So let's go back here. So then you have Fox News. They have odd news too. You know, this guy, ex-soccer player, once claimed he was late to practice in Chile because he was abducted by aliens, former teammate says. Man ditches car, floats down river in Missouri after fleeing traffic stop, police says. Mountain lion captured in downtown San Francisco, suspect in death of 3 marsupials at zoo. Deer runs into Black Lives Matter protests in New Jersey, seriously injuring woman. Okay. South Carolina beachgoer spot out of place alligator after a deadly attack. Man emerges from 75-day silent retreat with tweet, "Did I miss anything?" Let's click on this. How do you get a 75-day man emerges from 75-day silent retreat? Did I miss anything? His ability to do with a solitary retreat. Oh, let me do. Daniel Thorson comes off for society in a remote cabin in northwestern Vermont as part of this. Okay. He's a Buddhist community. Disconnected from the outside world and free for 75 news cycles. And when he finally got back to Twitter as the world was struggling to cope with the pandemic. 75 days of silence. Wow. This guy cracks me up. Yeah, so this is his Twitter feed if you want to follow this guy. Interesting cat. Interesting. So very interesting to see some people 75 days and just sitting there. So we think about the longest time you have sat there and not talked to anyone whatsoever. You know, being silent, it takes a lot of work. So, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and shut it down for tonight. I'm very tired. Didn't really sleep a lot last night, but we got everything running today. Got everything running, up and going. That's the main thing. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's not that late. It's only 12:30. But I get up early again tomorrow and hit it again tomorrow. The wheel will tell us where we want to go. Very interesting how the wheel took us to the billboards today, took us to Instagram, took us to strange stories, and we still have topics we could talk about more and more and more. There's so many things to talk about, so many things I want to go over, so many things I'm still waiting to get to the movie section. Since we started the wheel, we haven't done Would You Rather. I miss doing that. So this is the first time, like I said, come back to the live stream. We don't know what the wheel's going to tell us to do. I don't know what the wheel's going to tell us to do. It just picks it. We go with it. We entertain it. We read it. We try to break it down. We try to understand things. Today was interesting with the strange news stories, looking at some of that stuff. So that was the first time we did that. Looking at the billboards and just looking at the new artists that we had. Morgan, that was interesting to see him, and I had no idea he was huge. That's what's great about this wheel. I don't know when I come on the live stream, it's not so planned out. Going to Facebook Live, went to Facebook Live, looked at some things people are doing on Facebook Live, looked at the snakes. Now I'll have nightmares all night. Snakes will be running around in my head, but that's okay. We looked at this quote, "I wish life had a rewind button," and it doesn't. This is not Groundhog Day. You can't just make it back up. You're going to have to really just You make a mistake, look at it, laugh at it. Remember, it goes back to if you're on our Facebook page, we posted something there, 5 things that you can do if you want to change. So we looked at that, broke that down, went to Instagram, looked at a lot of great things that are going on Instagram. So we covered a lot of areas on the wheel. We can't get to all of these. If we did a marathon, maybe we can get these. My eyes will be hurting, but we did a really good job of going over a lot of stuff. I enjoyed the show. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you know somebody who will enjoy this show some more, make sure you pass it along to them. It's okay to get online together with your friends, and as I'm doing the show, talk and chat and communicate. That's what I'm looking for, is something that the whole group can just sit there and chat. Not looking for someone who can just go in there and spam and just act silly and very immature. Um, we try to ignore those people. That's another reason why I don't look at the chat as I'm doing this. I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to give them any kind of light. I want the people who want to get better and better in life and continue growing. So make sure that you, as you go out today and as you wake up today, or um, continue pushing yourself. I'm going to continue pushing myself. The rewind button doesn't work for me. We're going forward. We learn from mistakes. We're going to laugh at them, like the chart said. We laugh at our mistakes, and we just keep moving. And that's all you can do in life. Okay. All right. Hopefully, well, I know. Hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm getting my days all mixed up. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We'll be back at it again, and we'll let the wheel determine what we're going to do. Also, I didn't mention this, but I'll mention it now. Make sure you stop by our sponsors our Amazon sponsor. Um, Click on anything, and we get a small little price of what you bought. It helps the show out. It helps us, get the stream out a lot cleaner. Helps the microphones that we buy. We invest all that money back into our show, so it makes things a lot easier for us. Okay, so thank you for joining us, and we will see you on Tuesday. Okay, bye bye.